Peace everyone, what's going on? Welcome back. It's your girl Q, the astrologist, and today I'm going to talk to you guys about my experience living on my moon's nodes conjunct IC line, aka the Coli, which is Latin for lower place. But first and foremost, thank you guys so much for tuning in. Be sure to like the video and subscribe to the YouTube channel. And if you would like to book a reading with me, all the information is down in the description box below. So I want to talk to you guys about this moon's nodes conjunct IC line. So what is the moon's nodes? The moon's nodes, we are simply talking about the north node and the south node in astrology. So the north node is where we're going in life, our destiny, our purpose, the placement where we need to go to, the sign we need to go to in life. And the south node represents what we come into this lifetime already having the ability to do. It is also representative of our past life and past life karma. So the moon's nodes, the north and south node, are karmic points in a natal chart, in a birth chart, which signify what you're good at and where you need to go towards. South node is what you're good at. North node is what you need to move towards in this lifetime to balance out your karma, while still using some of your south node traits to get to your north node traits. So for example, for me, and I'll talk about this in another video, that I am going through my nodal return. I do have a north node in Aries, right? So it is about not cutting off my Libra South Node energy. I can't anyway because I have a lot of Libra in my chart, but more so using that Libra South Node energy and those characteristics that I have, that I've been born with, that I am really great at. Like, I'm very charming, I'm very even keeled, I'm very nice, and I'm graceful, and I see all sides of a situation, and I am about other people, right? But more so, the Aries position of my North Node is about the self and kind of being a little bit more selfish because I've already, did a lot of being about the other in past lifetimes. I remember I even got an astrology reading, actually just recently, from an astrologist, and he weighed in on my north node and south node and everything like that, and all my Libra placements. And he also said too that you've already been doing the things for other people, and you're going to encounter fake friends, and really you'll know that it's a fake friend or a fake connection if it's not spiritual, right? So that's why I really love this work, because I get to connect with people that are spiritual. Because if you're into astrology, then you likely are spiritual, and you kind of think outside the box, because astrology is an out of the box type of subject. It's an occult science, right? So that's just a little bit about my north and south node. Yes, my south node is in Libra, and my north node is in the sign of Aries. So let's go ahead and jump into the video. How did it feel living on my moon's nodes conjunct the IC line? Okay, so the IC is also indicative of the fourth house of home, family, foundation, security, and private life. And also it represents your childhood. So, dealing with the IC, with the moon's nodes, for me, it was a challenge because of my south node in Libra. So the first 30 years of my life, from the time I was 1 year old up to, I want to really say like 32 is when I really like broke free of my family and their conditioning and things of that nature. Around those times, in between those times, I really struggled with making my own mind up about things, or going my own way. I was very heavily influenced by my family, because not only do I have a north node in Aries, my IC position is in the same sign. So I grew up with a very kind of self-focused type of family, and they really didn't care about my Libra energy at all, right? I was the diplomatic one, and I was the nice one, and always, wanted to provide harmony and make people laugh. And if I felt that anyone was discomforted in any way, and even if I didn't feel like they were discomforted in any way, I would try to make them laugh. I remember always being like the jokester in my family, just acting silly and just acting a lot. And, that's why I'm really into acting as well. And I've always had a knack for it. But unfortunately, growing up on my moon's nodes IC line, because it's in my hometown, it's actually the closest line as I look on my computer. It's 32 kilometers away from my hometown. So I was born on that line. So because that line is so close to my birth town, the energy of the moon's nodes conjunct IC line was elevated and more pronounced, where I was surrounded by people that I thought that I could trust, but there was a lot of power and control issues in the dynamics between myself and my family. The power and control issues lied within my family, right? Also, with this moon's nose conjunct IC line, the general consensus is that a person may not pursue their own goals, but they will pursue other people's goals, likely, their family's goals. They won't pursue their own goals, North Node, but they'll pursue their family's goals, IC, Coli. And that is exactly how my experience was growing up in my hometown. I remember also, even choosing a college, I allowed my family to really make that decision for me. Even though I wanted to make the decision, I was threatened by one particular family member to go in a certain direction in college instead of the direction I wanted to go in. And so, because it's Aries fourth house, it's very like, Mars rules Aries. Mars is the planet of aggression and arguments and, asserting oneself and warring, So there was a lot of that type of energy that I grew up in my home life as a kid, where I was the Libra. I'm Libra South Node. I got all this other Libra placements in my chart. So, I really, in the first 32 years of my life, I guess you can exclude when I was like 1 through 5, I guess, when I became more aware of what was going on. But I'll just say in this particular instance from 1 to 32, because 32 was the age, and I was, I believe, about to be 33 that year. That was the age where I knew that I just couldn't go down this path anymore of allowing my family to try to run me and run my life. Like, because at some point around age 32, age 33, I started to feel like I was the family punching bag, because I was very different from everybody else. Everybody else was very Aries like, very, aggressive, and they were aggressive towards me. I was the sweet kid in the family, and everyone was aggressive towards me. Grandmother, mother, uncles, all that. Everyone except for my brother and my cousins. But all of the other people, very aggressive towards me in a very negative way. So on my moon's nose conjunct IC line, what's interesting is that this line is extremely powerful. Any moon's nose line is extremely powerful, because what it's going to do is, depending on how old you are, it's going to make you realize what your destiny is in life and what do you need to focus on in order to balance out the North and the South Node. What career should you pursue? What characteristics from your South Node can you employ to get to where you want to be in life on your path of the North Node? And I say it depends on how old you are, because again, I grew up pretty aloof. You know what I mean? I was quite quiet and shy all of my adolescence, and that's because I grew up on my moon's nose line. I was heavily influenced, and my behaviors and my characteristics were heavily influenced by my upbringing, by my family, and even more strongly so because moon's nodes conjunct IC was 32 kilometers from my birthplace and the place that I grew up. I grew up on my moon's nodes conjunct IC line. And so, I did deal with a lot of unfortunate discomfort with my family until I realized in my 10th house perfection year that I couldn't take it anymore. You know what I mean? And so I broke away and I put my foot down and told everyone like it was, and they were really shocked and they were really surprised because the moon's nose line in astrocartography is super powerful, especially if you guys are looking to try to understand what your purpose is in life, and you want to, maybe you're lost and you don't know like what you're doing in life, or should you be doing this or should you be doing that. This is a great line for you to achieve clarity on what exactly you're supposed to be doing in order to achieve your destiny, in order to get on the right path and be in your purpose. This line, moon's nose line, can teach you how to be in your purpose, can give you a leg up. I have this line, the moon's nose line. I think it's with the descendant in Mexico City. And even there, I was able to create a podcast and, teach some astrology and stuff as well. And, my North Node is in like the deacon that rules being a teacher in philosophy. You know what I'm saying? So it definitely activated my North Node and my South Node characteristics when living on a moon's nose line. And for me, particularly when it came to family, I did feel secure at first. And there was also this need for power and recognition from the family as well with the moon's nose conjunct IC line. And I tried to get that recognition with, just being happy and, because that's how I am really. Like, I'm very like, I like to have like fun, emotional fun. I like to laugh and make jokes. And unfortunately, most of the time in my family dynamic with the Aries energy, everything just kind of felt a little bit more like aggressive and serious. I don't really find Mars to be playful. I find it to be very serious because Mars does rule the military, and the military can be quite serious. So, there was an underlying seriousness to my upbringing, whereas I just wanted to be a kid and just have fun and make people laugh. But, it was a very like controlled upbringing living on my moon's nodes conjunct IC line. Now, for those of you out there, depending on what your North and your South Node is and, where your North Node and your South Node is placed, you might have a different experience, but these are the characteristics of the moon's nodes conjunct IC line where, you might be surrounded by trusted family members and, you have feelings of being secure and all these things. And, you feel appreciated and you feel comfort. These are some of the things that you could feel on your moon's nose conjunct IC line. All right, so that's it, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed that. Be sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and check out my website for a reading. It is qualityastro.com. All the information will be down in the description box below. Until next time, guys, peace.